What's up guys, Hades here. So, Wildfire Furnace has 1 day left. By the time you see this, it's probably over. But this is more of a kind of recap, what works, what doesn't work, some tips and tricks on what you should be doing, and just kind of a review of the ranking. So, as we can see, there's a point ranking every day, and kind of at the end towards reset, you kind of have to be careful if, an alliance is trying to push past you or not. You might need to put points in at the last minute. That's one tip I've seen, that you need to be pushing to get the next rank rewards at the end near reset. Today, for me, my reset's at 5 p.m., which is in 20 minutes. So just keeping an eye on it, making sure no one can pass you. And yeah. Now for overall ranking, it's surprisingly close. It's only within about 500,000, a little under. And you get to see the kind of most active broad servers, right? 38, 136, 209, 231, 56, 73, 170, which is pretty cool to see just how many servers are really playing this new event. Now, the daily ranking. We have been getting the 10 every day, but that doesn't mean you can't get the skin. The math actually lays it out pretty well. Even if you're getting 2 or 3, it is still possible if you can make some final pushes, because it is 7 days, which means we will get 70 plus you get the overall ranking, right? So I believe a lot of the 136 players are going to be getting the full skin from this event, and I believe they're going to be doing this event again in the future. Now, internal insignias. A lot of people have been asking, what do these do? I don't know what they do. If you look in your inventory and you scroll, you go to other and you go all the way to the bottom, you're gonna have a bunch of them. Hopefully, if you've been doing your 2,000 a day, you should have a lot of them. Keep them, do not trash them, hold on to them. They're going to be very, very valuable when we get the Castle 60 update. Now, I want to give a few tips and tricks for smelting, because not everyone has billions of gold. I've spent almost 1 billion gold, and honestly, it's unsustainable, right? If this event happens once a month or every other month, I'm gonna run out of gold. So what I highly, highly suggest you doing is using as much resources as you can per day, farming them off castles or farming them off the map. So you can actually farm somewhere in the 15 million times 4, which is 60 million every 4 to 5 hours, about 5 hours. So if you do that 4 times a day, you get 60 million times 4, which is 240 million, all directly into Wildfire Furnace. Now, if your server has a lot of dead accounts, you can also be farming dead accounts. Every single hit pretty much gives you 5 million of each resource, and then boom, you can smelt that in, because it costs 5 million of each. Now, if those are too hard, or you don't have gold and you run out of resources, what speed ups do you use? The number one resource for anyone, no matter the server, are these ones, the wall speed ups, because you just don't need them. The manufacturing speed ups, they're not that valuable. You could burn through all these and you'll never notice. I've never sped them up in my life. I've never cared about them. They don't do a lot. That's the first one to go. If you're an older account, building is second to go, because building doesn't matter, right? There's nothing to build. If you've been at Castle 55, you have nothing to build, right? So anyone in the lower servers, definitely go building second. Then if you really need more, I wouldn't do research. Research is going to be important when the update comes out. You might consider dragon. A lot of older accounts have dragon. And then the last one would be universal. I would try not to use universal because they're so good for everything, but that's kind of the flow. And we also still don't know how valuable these are, but I highly recommend getting your 2K every day if possible, but get as far as you can without harming your account too much. Now, if this happens in the future, we'll see how valuable these are and if it's like really worth going to 2000 or not. Because if you're not getting the top 3 rank, then, you know, maybe it's not worth it for you at that particular time. But yeah, pretty quick video. Just a few quick tips for you guys. I hope you guys stay safe out there, and I will catch you in the next one.